What is going to happen if you force yourself to sit down for an entire day of self-reflection, mental decluttering, idea creation, boredom? Maybe you'll go mad. Maybe you'll discover the purpose of your life. So many successful people has a journaling practice, as I found out through my morning routine series on this channel. But me, I've tried to get into the habit of journaling many times, but I have not been able to stick to it for a long period of time, so I've missed out on the possible long-term benefits of journaling. And there's supposed to be tons of benefits. Tons! So I'm gonna see if I can make up for it and get those benefits if I sit down for an entire day of non-disturbed journaling. Journaling is a broad concept and you can write about a lot of different kinds of things depending on your goals. That's why I created this list of ideas and prompts and questions that I can read through. If I after 4 or 5 hours feel stuck and can't come up with anything more to write or reflect about. And I do not want to be disturbed or distracted by my phone or computer, so I'm going to turn them off. That's enough introduction. I can't wait to report what comes out of this by the end. And I can't forget this one. I'll tell you how journaling changed my entire life. Yeah. By the way, if you're new to the channel, I make videos about, high quality videos about escaping the status quo and improving the mind and body. Well, now onwards to tomorrow morning. Let's go. So far I've only written about things related to YouTube, but I'll just keep on doing that until I get tired of it, and then I'll move on to the other subjects. And I've identified a couple of subjects that I want to talk more about, like health and fitness, YouTube, film production in general, personal life, relations and stuff, personal finance, and maybe something about 2020 and what I expect from 2021. I only have this pad laying around without lines, which is not the best. But then I can make drawings and figures at least. I'm not much of a drawer, but... Can you see who it is? I can already feel how this is really gonna impact how the next year will be for me. I would like to become a freelance filmmaker. And I have a video series about it that you should check out if you haven't. And of course I've thought about it and I've made some plans of how I'm gonna go about achieving that goal. With this situation right here, knowing that I have hours on hours left to sit here and write, it makes me go through that plan with a new level of detail and allows me to create a really specific plan on how I'm gonna achieve the goal of being a filmmaker. And that's gonna really increase my chances for success. I don't need these anymore. That's a bit sad because they're so cozy, but fortunately I'm gonna sit here until it becomes dark again, so I can light them in many hours. I just had another realization. I like having New Year's resolutions, so I started writing some suggestions for what that could be for the next year. But then I realized that I shouldn't start by creating the resolution. I should start with making the goal. And when I have the goal, I need to define a plan of how to achieve it. And inside that plan hides my resolution. And I just need to extract it from there. So let me give you an example. Wow, I did give an example here, but it was filled with one mispronounced word after the other. Not even the greatest editor in the world could have made sense of that. So yeah, please proceed. So find a goal, make the plan of how you will achieve the goal, and then you'll have the resolution lying right in front of your eyes. A lot of this time was spent going back and forth with myself to challenge my beliefs and better understand myself, really. And guess what? I always win. It's time, huh? As the dark returned, it was finally time for me to call it a night. So what I essentially ended up doing was finding 5 areas of my life that I wanted to have a closer look into and do something about, which is workout, nutrition, YouTube, and my path to working as a filmmaker and personal. For all of the subjects except the personal one, I identified a goal, and then I created a plan of what I have to do in order to achieve that goal. And with the personal one, it's been more reflection rather than creating defined goals. I've gone through a couple of situations that I've experienced where I feel like I haven't reacted in the way that I feel like I should. So in some ways I've created a new procedure of how I should react when I experience those feelings. And it's not as dramatic as it might sound now. I'll give you an example that I think you can relate to. You know the feeling when you're hanging out with someone and they give their phone priority over you? The feeling of being ignored because of a phone, that's really not something we should tolerate. And of course, sometimes people do important stuff on the phone, and that's totally okay. That's not what this is about. But then please have the respect to say, sorry, just hang on for 1 minute and I'll be right with you. That's fine. That's the type of situation that I'm gonna try to not accept in the future. And if it happens, then, I'm just gonna have to pull up my shank and, So can a full day of journaling substitute daily journaling? It sure is less convenient, but possibly. Might even be better. Because you really get the chance to go deep into your thoughts on each subject if you stick to it for that long. And especially if you don't listen to any podcasts or music. And I'm really proud that I was able not to do that. But next time I'm doing something similar, I will not go as wide with the subjects. I'm not going to choose 6 different areas of my life. I will maybe choose 2, let's say YouTube and fitness, stick to them and go deep into them for 2 or 3 hours. It's something that's going to be more realistic to get done, because how often do you have a full day to just sit in your ass and write? If you also want to do more of what you enjoy and like that kind of stuff, then you should check out my journey to becoming a full-time filmmaker that I'm gonna add right here. Yeah, and thank you for watching this video. Happy New Year's.